Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Earlham baseball this afternoon. Doubleheader against the Engineers of Rose-Hulman. Welcome to the pregame show, as always brought to you by none other than Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear. Gerard O'Byrne, Troy Naragowski, big matchup here today. It has been a while since we've been here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, and we've got a lot of games coming up here and a lot of very important games over the next several weeks. And it all starts tonight against a team that's coming in, the only 2 games in the conference undefeated. That is Rose-Hulman at 2-0 in the conference. And when we get this thing rolling tonight, you're going to see how everything's bunched up with all these teams in the HCAC in baseball.
Well, we're going to see if the Earlham Quakers have improved since the last time we saw them on this field. Obviously, last time we saw them, they just got swept by Oshkosh. And now they're coming off a 2-game win streak where they swept Bluffton in the last series. So we'll get to see if they're a much better baseball team than the last time we got to see them.
Joey Gerbis will go in game 1 for the Quakers. We'll talk about his numbers coming up in just a few moments. The good news for the Quakers coming into this one, they've won 3 out of their last 4. The last time we were here was about the hitting again. The hitting has started to pick up a little bit. They're 7-6 at home, which is only a game above 500, but that was the one key we talked about before. They got to find a way to get key hits again tonight.
And in order to win or even compete in the conference, you're going to have to find a way to stay consistent to get key at-bats and get good pitching and stay consistent on both sides.
All right, when we come back in just a few moments, the starting lineups are right around the corner. Should be a good one. Game 1, the Quakers and the Engineers. Will have it for you right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
We're back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Let's go to the public address announcer for today's introductions of both teams and the starting lineups.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Randall R. Sadler Stadium for today's contest between the visiting Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers and your Earlham College Quakers. Now let's meet the starters for today's contest. First, for the visiting Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman. Leading off, the second baseman, number 12, Connor Shipley. Batting second, the right fielder, number 15, Davis Robeson. Batting third, the center fielder, number 14, David Burnside. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 9, Logan Cody. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Stokowski. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 44, Connor Helbling. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 27, Josh Messenbrink. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 21, Sean Casey. The starting pitcher for the Fighting Engineers with a record of 0 wins and 2 losses and an ERA of 5.14 is number 32, Trevor Dalio. The head coach for the Fighting Engineers is Jeff Jenkins. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Earlham College Quakers. Leading off, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Jondro. Batting second, the center fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake. Batting third, the first baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 17, Austin Hatfield. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 4, Brian Pinsura. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 5, Cameron McCabe. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 16, Andrew McFadden. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 39, Zach Swearingen. And starting on the mound for the Quakers with a record of 2 wins, no losses, and an ERA of 3.15, number 32, Joey Gerbis. Assistant coaches for the Quakers are Mike Caduto, Bo Smith, Brandon Pennington, Kevin McGee, Jordan Ashbrook, and Eric Elkis. And leading the way for your Quakers is 9th season as head coach, number 21, Steve Sankasich. Umpires for today's contest are J.T. Shadling and Ben Levin. Playing the national anthem at the beginning of an athletic competition is a tradition that shows respect for those who have served to protect our nation and the rights to liberty and freedom that we enjoy. Each collegiate member of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference respects the differing beliefs and values of individual members of our campus learning communities. We ask that you join us now in honoring that service and respecting the rights and beliefs of all who are gathered here today. At this time, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Earlham College and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans, and we request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at the athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Also, the consumption or use of alcoholic beverages or tobacco products is prohibited.
Well, we're back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as we get set for today's matchup. We mentioned already Joey Gerbis will be going for the Quakers here in our opening contest, and Joey's had a pretty good year to this point. You heard a little bit ago during the introductions. He is 2-0 on the season, an ERA of 3.15. He will be making his 5th start of the year, his 9th appearance in 34 1/3 innings. He's given up 31 hits, 29 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 12 earned runs so far this season. He's up against a Rose-Hulman team that is undoubtedly a very, very good hitting baseball team. They come into this one here tonight with a .323 batting average. And, Gerard, there's no doubt about it. And again, this is a ballpark that it doesn't carry well, but you got to keep it low in the strike zone.
Exactly, and you're also going to need the help from your defense. And last time and throughout the whole season, we've seen the Quakers really struggle consistency-wise fielding, as we've seen them make a lot of errors. So they're going to have to be sharp on defense and try to help the pitcher Gerbis out as much as possible for them to have a chance of winning tonight.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the second baseman, Connor Shipley.
So Shipley leads it off as he steps up, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway. Beautiful day. We have finally, I think, broken through now, so we can get some nice weather at least for today's contest. Second pitch by Gerbis is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and he's quickly headed 0-2. And we talked about that just a little bit ago. The one thing he'll have to do is get ahead in the strike zone. He has done that. Joey's next pitch is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But then also, once you get ahead in the strike zone, very important that you finish the batter. Don't let him off with a walk or miss spot in the zone to get an easy hit.
Here's one hit to right field. That'll be a base hit. So Shipley leads things off with a single, and now we'll see Davis Robeson.
A batting for Rose-Hulman, the right fielder, Davis Robeson.
Robeson hitting at .329 on the season. So good start. This is not a team that's going to run a whole lot. When you speak of Rose-Hulman, they just love to hit the baseball. Robeson hitting at .329 on the year. No home runs. He has driven in 11. The pitch is a good fastball in there for a strike. 2 here tonight, 9-inning contest. It's going to be a long night of baseball here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. That pitch is high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, there have been some, in fact, last night, get to the contest that was played, the 2 games between Anderson and Defiance, they kind of messed things up there. We'll tell you why here in a little bit. You look at the standings coming into today. Now, Rose, again, is 2-0, but you have Defiance at 3-3, Transy 5-3, Franklin 3-3, Bluffton 3-3, Earlham 3-3, Anderson 3-3 as the pitch is inside. Mount St. Joe's now 2-2. Manchester's 2-3. Talk about a messed up system going on right there. In other words, there is no one that is really dominating the HCAC. Even the favorites, Franklin, they have struggled a little bit as the throw goes to first.
Which only means one thing. Conference is wide open for any of these teams for the taking.
It is wide open, and you talk about the next several games and only this doubleheader tonight for the Quakers as the pitch by Gerbis is high. But you talk about this one, and then you have Defiance, who's now number 2 in the conference, coming up. And then you have Mount St. Joe. They're in that 4th place mix. And then you've got Franklin, the defending champions. They're at 3rd right now. So these next several games are going to be huge. There's a swing and a miss. So really, I guess if you look at it in that perspective, this is an Earlham team that really controls, and we say that a lot. It is kind of cliche-ish, but it is true. They control their own destiny.
They do, and as we kept saying throughout our times broadcasting games, is they have to stay consistent. We've yet to see that from them so far this season, but they have a great opportunity.
That's going to short hop the right fielder McFadden, so that'll be a base hit. Heading to 3rd will be Shipley. The ball gets by the 3rd baseman, Swearingen, and that ball will now be caught around the area where the bullpen is, so that'll be a base hit and an error for the Quakers, and now runners at 2nd and 3rd for Rose-Hulman, and no outs.
Now batting, the center fielder, David Burnside.
So now runners at second and third, and not a good start for the Quakers.
Not a good start at all. Matter of fact, one of the worst type of starts you can have in baseball. Now let's see if they can get out this inning with either no runs or limited damage.
Now Rose has 2 hits as that pitch is in there for a strike. By the way, Burnside at .315, 1 home run. He has driven in 10. So that'll be a base hit and an error. Now Gerbis will have to work himself out of a jam here in this one as that pitch is outside. Good job by Whistle behind the plate. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned a Whistle behind the plate, Dopp at first, John DeRose at second, Pincer at short, Swearingen at third, McCabe shaking McFadden from left to right in the outfield.
And it seems like he hasn't changed the positions ever since he moved Dopp to first base. Seems like he really likes Dopp over there at first. And it's so far worked out really well for him.
Yeah, well, he had that elbow injury a little bit. I think it kind of limited him on his throwing from third base, so he's kind of fit in nicely. Love to have his bat in that lineup. Here's the pitch on the way. Another one blocked behind the plate by Whistle. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, 310 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, 375 in the alleys, 390 dead center. And, of course, the Earlham Monster in left field. That's why it's 310, but it takes quite a poke to get it over that fence. Break-even pitch on the way, and that's going to be high. We'll go to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, this is a tough start, especially when you're looking for a good start from your pitcher and gets the base hit in the air, and now you find yourself in already a pressure situation.
And I think especially coming in after you just got done sweeping Bluff, then you come in with a little bit of momentum.
High fly ball into right field. McFadden will have to shade his eyes. That's going to score a run. He makes the catch. Runners will tag in advance, and it's 1-0. Sacrifice fly there for Burnside, and that'll bring up the designated hitter now in Cody Logan.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Logan Cody.
I think I said Cody Logan when he came in. And switch backwards. So 1-0, runner down at third, and finally an out here in the first inning.
And I think we just saw one of the rare times, if not the first time, we've seen a outfielder have to battle the sun.
Yeah. 1 ball, no strikes. You hear a little breeze here as well. It's blowing from left to right. Runner down at third is Robeson. By the way, Burnside able to pick up the RBI and the sacrifice fly. Logan Cody hitting at .333. This one in the left center gap. Nope, it's going to be caught up by McCabe. He'll make the catch on the run, but the runner at third will tag, and it is now 2-0. 2 straight sacrifice flies right there, and 2 away, and that'll bring up Ryan Stukowski.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Stukowski.
So both runners come across, and it's 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Good start for Rose. This pitch is up high, 1 ball, no strikes.
And they really proved right there. Situational hitting, got runners in scoring position. They were both able to knock them in with sacrifice flies. So that's what it's going to take to win the conference. You got to be very good at situational hitting.
That pitch is lifted high to the right. That'll go out of play. And Stukowski sees the count go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, 2 away as we play here in the top of the first inning. Doubleheader today. Quakers back Saturday against Defiance. Stukowski back in. That breaking pitch stays up high. He's hitting .294. There is rarely anybody in their lineup that's not hitting 200 plus. Stukowski, .294. He's one of, if you could say it, the worst hitters in their lineup. Swing and a miss. The worst one right now, Sean Casey at .238, but everybody else is .291 and above in their starting lineup. That shows you why you're going to have to pitch well today. That one foul tipped and strikes him out, and that's going to do it for Rose-Hulman. in the top of the first inning, but they pick up 2 runs. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 1 in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose on top of this one, 2-0.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond. Beautiful day here today. Again, Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 2-0. Mark Jandro will lead things off, followed by Isaiah Shake and Danny Dopp. And, well, they face a left-hander, and you and I have talked about it before. At times we do struggle against left-handed pitchers. We'll see how we'll do tonight.
Well, I think we've seen times where they've struggled against right and left-handed pitchers, so you're right. We're going to get to see how they do tonight.
Quakers coming to this one here, winning 3 out of their last 4. Earlham now has their batting average at .262, which you say doesn't sound like much, but it is when you consider where they were before they went on the road. They were just not hitting the baseball at all, and they go and play Hanover. They sweep those 2 games. They got some timely hitting, and Austin Hatfield had that big 4 RBI game in the first contest there. So, again, it'll be Mark Jandro to lead things off.
For the Quakers, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Jandro.
Boy, good to see Mark back. He is in that leadoff spot now, hitting .316, no home runs. He has driven in 6. So the first pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Dalio's next pitch is outside, 2-0. By the way, Dalio, he has struggled this year. This is just his 5th start. 0-2 with an ERA of 5.14. That pitch is outside as well, 3-0. And this is exactly where the Quakers love it. They want to get these guys at the top of that order on base. They did so against Hanover, especially in Game 1. The Quakers, 15 hits in that 12-3 win. There's a fastball in there for a strike. They did not score as many, of course, in Game 2. They won it 3-0, but they got some excellent pitching in that second contest. Here's the delivery on the way, and it's high and inside, and the Quakers have a man on here in the first inning for Isaiah Shake.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake.
So Isaiah now hitting at .329 on the year, no home runs. He has driven in 12. The left-hander comes, set the pitch on the way. It's in there for a strike. My concern really hasn't been so much for the top of the order. It generally has been for the bottom of the order for the Quakers. And you look at their numbers, and they have gotten a little bit better. There's a throw to first. Now, the one name you don't see in the lineup at the moment for the Quakers is Addison Robertson. They're still trying to find a way to get him going, and that just hasn't happened yet. The pitch on the way, hit foul.
So Addison's still struggling from the plate?
Yeah, he is, in fact, the last time I looked, he's still in the 100 range. Let me check here real quick. 119. So they just cannot find a way to get him going. This one tapped over the middle, could be two. It's going to be tough. There's one. It's second on to first, not in time. So that'll be a fielder's choice for Isaiah Shake, and that'll bring up Danny Dopp.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp.
So Mark Jandro out at second base, and now one away. Danny Dopp hitting at .345, 2 home runs. He has driven in 17. Danny had a home run in the Game 1 win over Hanover, and there's a pitch in there for a strike. Dalio comes set, and the pitch. Helbling behind the plate, able to block that one. Will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Helbling is again behind the plate today. Stakowski's at first, Shipley at second. Messenbrink at short. Calabrese is down at third. Casey Burnside and Robeson from left to right in the outfield. And the center fielder, Burnside, shaded toward left field. A potential, well, not a huge shift, but enough to notice there's a huge gap between Burnside and Robeson in right center. Here's the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rose-Hulman getting out in front of this one, leading it 2-0. Live stats on GoEarlham.com. Runner first takes off, swing and a miss, throw down to second. Ball gets loose and will go into center field. That'll be a stolen base. But 2 away now, and the strikeout of Danny Dopp. Here's Hatfield.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 17, Austin Hatfield.
So Dopp will strike out for out number 2, and Austin Hatfield, the designated hitter, stepping in. Hatfield 253 with 13 runs driven in. They pitch in there for a strike.
Good opportunity for him to drive in another one. When you get runners in scoring position, like we keep on saying, you've got to take advantage.
Well, we mentioned he did. He went 2 for 5 in that first game with 4 runs driven in at Hanover. The pitch on the way, hit foul, and he's quickly behind at 0-2. Walter Talcott, who picked up the win. I don't know if we're going to see him in the second game or not, but he went the complete game against Hanover, struck out 8. That breaking pitch stays outside. We'll go to 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is already 1 game completed today. Hanover beat Manchester 19-5. Hanover picks up their first win in the conference with that victory. Another breaking pitch got him looking. And that'll do it for the Quakers here in the bottom of the first inning, so they will leave a man on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We head to the second. Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 2-0.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the catcher, Connor Helbling.
Yeah, we are back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. The Quakers down 2-0. Helbling will lead things off, and the first pitch he will see is low for a ball.
And he actually leads the team with a .375 batting average, so this is a dangerous hitter at the plate right now, and also the only home run of the season for Rose-Hulman.
Good cut, and he fouls it straight back. You know what's unusual about that? You generally don't see very many catchers that lead the team, and there'll be a power guy, but very rarely will see the guy be an average hitter. As you mentioned, Helbling leads this team in hitting, and that pitch low and outside, which is not an easy thing to do when you consider how many good hitters they have. Well, I just tell you what, I'll go back to the overall standings here in a couple of moments. That one got out of Joey's hand as he released it 3-1. It's just amazing how this thing is getting all bunched up in there in the middle. There is nobody standing out. It's almost like nobody wants to take that lead. Here's your 3-1 pitch, grounded to the third baseman. Swearingen the throw to first in time. There's one away, and that'll bring up Messenbrink.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 27, Josh Messenbrink.
Well, I think in today's matchup, and this is a good opportunity for honestly both teams to make a statement. If Rose-Hulman gets both wins tonight, they're 4-0 in the conference. If Earlham can somehow get both wins tonight, you sweep Rose-Hulman and you get within the top range of the conference. And Earlham has done a really good job battling back, because after they got swept against Transylvania, it was not looking good for them.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes this one so big tonight. You simply have for yourself a chance to really do some damage. That pitch in there for a strike, as we mentioned a little bit ago, when you're playing all these teams either in front of you or right behind you, and you get the majority of them at home. Other than the games at Mount St. Joe, 6 of the 8 are going to be right here.
And that's everything that you want.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Messenbrink, 343. He has driven in 8. Gerbis' next pitch, nice fastball, swung on and missed. There's a strikeout, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese.
So Calabrese will step in now with 2 outs. Joey Gerbis with his second strikeout. And that pitch in there for a strike. Calabrese, another close to 300 hitter at 291. 13 runs driven in, and Gerbis' pitch bounces away. And we'll go to 1 ball, 1 strike. We do not know who's going to be pitching in Game 2. I'm not sure if that is a decision that will be made depending what happens here. If you feel you have to get that win, do you go with Walter, who is by far perhaps your best? This one is a line drive into right field, and unable to make the catch is McFadden. Heading to second base will be Calabrese. He's going to make the turn and head to third, and that will be, I believe, scored a triple. We'll wait and see. However you score it, Rose-Hulman has a runner now at third, and that'll bring up Sean Casey.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 21, Sean Casey.
I'm not sure if you look at McFadden, if you mentioned the sun earlier, he may have just lost that one.
And it seems like he's having a real tough time tracking the ball with the sun in his eyes.
That one in there for a strike. We haven't heard whether they've given that a base hit or an error, but I think it's going to be a base hit.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think he probably did touch it, but he had to go on the run to make the plays. That pitch is low and outside.
And I can't really tell from here, but it doesn't look like he's wearing sunglasses, and I would think as a fielder you would try to do everything possible to try to help your vision.
Yeah, we saw him shade his eyes earlier, and
The gloves only going to be able to do so much.
Oh, man, no kidding. That pitch is up high. Yeah, well, the thing is, not only are you trying to shade your eyes, but you also got to make the catch with that glove, too. So now that was more of a line drive type hit off the bat of Calabrese, so a little bit different than a high fly ball that you normally would see. See if Gerbis can get the Quakers out of a jam right here. Another runner in scoring position, down 2-0. That pitch is outside, 3-1. So if my numbers are correct, they did give him a triple because that would be the third hit of the ball game now for Rose-Hulman.
I think the play was too tough to really be ruled an error. As you said, he had to run quite a bit.
Well, if you're familiar with this stadium, too, again, the sun is right behind us, and anybody on the right side is going to battle that sun for the rest of the evening up until sunset here this evening. So it'll be a battle for both teams. Gerbis will come set. The pitch on the way, grounded toward the shortstop. Pinsura, a high throw, but there's Danny Dopp. They say he came back down, though Rose-Hulman didn't feel that might have been the case. So the Quakers avoid another run right there. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose on top of this one, 2-0.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Quakers down 2-0. We will head to the bottom of the second inning. Brian Pinsura to lead things off for the Quakers.
Leading off for the Quakers in the second, the shortstop, number 4, Brian Pinsura.
Let's see if the Quakers can get things rolling here. One base hit so far for Earlham. And Brian Pinsura, 293, no home runs. He has driven in 11. And the left-hander's pitch on the way is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Dalio, a senior out of New Lenox, Illinois. Ground ball. Third baseman bobbles it. Calabrese throw to first in time. He stayed with it and gets the out. There's one away. And that'll bring up Cameron McCabe.
Good.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 5, Cameron McCabe.
Sorry. If you could see behind the scenes, I'd cut you off right there. Here is McCabe, 289, no home runs. He has driven in 10, and boy, that pitch looked like it might have been a little bit low. He'll take it for a strike. It'd be interesting to go back, take a little research to do. That one nearly gets him. I'd love to know what the Quakers, maybe our crack staff, can find out what are we hitting at home as opposed on the road this year. Everything. That's your assignment for Saturday.
All right, I got you.
Here's the stretch, and now time called. Well, we could go back and find out how many hits we've had at home. That wouldn't be too hard to look up as that pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. It just doesn't seem like we are doing, speaking of Earlham, the hitting just doesn't seem to be here at home.
No.
That pitch is outside, 3-1.
You would think after putting up 15 runs against Hanover that, maybe you find yourself a little bit, but then you said the next game they only put up 3.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of inconsistent hitting.
So 3 balls and a strike, and the pitch is outside, and the Quakers have a man on here. Now, here's Cameron Whistle, the catcher.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
Cameron has solidified himself behind the plate as the number 1 catcher. Good left-handed hitter. Cameron, 259, driven in 7 on the year as that pitch just out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Quakers have had some really good catchers over the years. I think they count more on them to be good defensive catchers. Here's a strike. They don't think too much about the offense, but that certainly changed a couple of years ago. 1 ball and 1 strike. We are here in the bottom of the second inning. Quakers down 2-0 in this very important game 1. That pitch misses low and inside, 2-1. Dalio, 5'10", 170-pounder. Working quickly here in the second. Will come set, throw to first. McCabe, 2 stolen bases, 2 of 3 on the year, standing down at first base. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and that'll be tapped to the right side, foul. And the count is even at 2-2. They don't have your live stat board over there, do they?
No.
What in the world is going on here? McCabe at first, a little better lead now, but still not as much as you would be a threat as that pitch is up high, 3-2. And so now Dalio getting a little bit of trouble right here. Dalio comes set at the belt, checks the runner at first, and will go that way. Quakers have had 2 walks, the Jandro walk and McCabe with a walk, 3 base runners. Here's the pitch, and that one hits him. So now runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Andrew McFadden.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Andrew McFadden.
Well, here's a chance. McFadden, 323 on the year, only 3 runs driven in.
Well, now, again, they have to do a very good job of getting timely hits, and this is another opportunity for them to maybe get a run in and cut into the lead, cut into Rose-Hulman's lead.
That pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. First time tonight again, though a very early one in here. This one here, only the second inning. And Earlham now with the first time they've had a runner at second base. The stretch and the pitch hit foul. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, for so many games, it appeared that the Quakers were trying to find a lineup that would be stable and consistent, and it seems like right now that's going to be the case, though Addison Robertson is not in the lineup today as that pitch is low and inside, 2 balls and a strike. Uh-oh, is that those are the numbers we're looking for here?
For road games and home games.
Ask and ye shall receive. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's the throw to second. Nope, he'll just bluff the runner back at second base. That's Cameron McCabe. So the Quakers are hitting at 264 at home. That's actually a little above their season average. That one right off of the glove of the pitcher, and the throw to third not in time, but the second baseman, Shipley, able to come over and step on the bag to get the force out at second base. That ball was well hit, and that'll bring up Zach Swearingen.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 39, Zach Swearingen.
I think that Dalio did a good job just getting a glove on that one to knock it down, and it bounced hard enough for Shipley to make the play down at second base. So McFadden on the fielder's choice, McCabe down at third, and now runners at first and third with 2 outs. Swearingen steps up. Swearingen hitting at .326. We'll take that one in there for a strike.
Got to bring this runner in right here. It's very important that you get him in right now.
Okay, so the Quakers are hitting .264 at home, and they've scored 88 runs at home in 14 games. Help me with my math. 88 divided by 14 is what? Pitch is up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swearingen is the number 9 hitter. The team ERA is at 4.50. And so the ERA is actually a little bit better at home as well. That one hit foul. So I guess if you look at it and you're trying to analyze it a little bit, the Quakers are really, you think they'd be much better at home. They're really not. It's all about even, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of errors. We'll get to that. That's another column we'll pick up here in a moment. 2 away, and the throw to first, and nothing there. So do we have the errors on this board here? On this, I don't think we do. But the Quakers are 7-7 at home. I had them at 7-6, but they're actually 7-7. Dalio trying to get out of trouble. Runner first takes off. The pitch outside, no throw. Helen, you saw McFadden head down that way, and then he kind of slowed up to see if he could draw the throw. But nobody biting on that one, and now the Quakers have runners at second and third, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The umpire very adamant about that number 2 ball right there. So now 2 opportunities. That one hit foul here to get a run across for Zach Swearingen. And there are a ton of 2s up there. Second inning, 2 and 2 outs. 2 runs by Rose-Hulman. Maybe the Quakers can get 2 right here. Here's the pitch on the way. That's way outside. We can tell you right now, this left-hander not a power pitcher. Dalio, a left-hander, has been pretty steady with the breaking pitches thus far to the 9 hitters he has faced. Here's the pitch, and that got him looking. Oh, my. So the Quakers will leave 2 runners in scoring position here as we head to the top of the 3rd inning of the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose-Hulman 2, Earlham nothing.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. A beautiful day here today as we will now head to the top of the 3rd. It's Shipley, Robeson, and Burnside all due up for the Fighting Engineers. And again, Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 2-0.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the second baseman, number 12, Connor Shipley.
Shipley singled and scored one of the 2 runs back in the 1st inning. And Joey Gerbis got himself out of trouble in the last inning as that pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes. The Calabrese triple with 2 away and got Sean Casey to ground out to stop any further threat there as that pitch on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. And believe me, Rose-Hulman got out quickly. They scored as fast as you possibly can. There's a fly ball into left center field coming over as Isaiah Shake. He'll make the catch. And there's 1 away, and that'll bring up Davis Robeson.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 15, Davis Robeson.
Robeson singled and then, of course, stretched it to third on that error, the only error of the ball game so far. And that pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So Shipley and Robeson both score in that first inning. Robeson back in. Here's the pitch. And it's up high, 1-1. Gerbis actually shaking off those first 2 signs from Whistle, and he came inside with a pitch. It's fouled off, 1-2. We have the numbers now. All the games away from Sadler. We have away games that doesn't include the spring break. We have, and by the way, we are 7-6. I was given the information of why it's at 7-7. The computer doesn't like it when you're behind. That one is fouled off. So apparently if you're behind in a game and you try to do the stats, it'll give you a loss already if you're behind.
Yeah.
You know, you could really break this thing down if you wanted to. That one is hit toward the second baseman. Jandro will scoop and throw. There's 2 away. And that'll bring up David Burnside.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 14, David Burnside.
Burnside, the sacrifice fly back in the first inning. I don't know if you're into the whole baseball statistical thing that they do nowadays where they can, calculate what player works best in what system, and you're sabermetrics, is that what they call it now? I mean, a lot of Major League Baseball teams, they swear by it.
Well, numbers have been so far advanced in the past decade or so that who knows what to go off by anymore.
Well, some players, they swear, will tell you that if they could get in the right system, they're over here not playing well, but if they get in the right system, as that one is hit foul, and they find themselves in a system where the manager does certain things a different way, the guy flourishes, next thing you know, all those guys that are computer geeks are making a lot of money out of that. Maybe we should start doing that here for Earlham. We'll tell you who to play today, Sack. See if they'll listen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and got him looking. So Gerbis with the strikeout. We will head to the bottom of the third inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose on top of this one, 2-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
We're back once again. Beautiful day here today as we get set for the bottom of the third. Jandro, Shake, and Dopp all due up now for the Quakers.
Leading off for the Quakers, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Jandro.
Mark walked and was forced out back in the first inning. We had temperatures in the 70s yesterday. We hit the 70s again today. The bad news is I think it's going to drop back down to the 50s. The good news is we don't play again until Saturday. The bad news is it's supposed to be a little chilly on Saturday.
But the good news is we're in the booth,
That's
not
right.
outside.
That's the next piece of good news. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mark had battled that injury at the beginning of the year, missed several games, now is back, and I know they're glad to have him. 2-1. He's back at that familiar spot at the top of the lineup. 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts. You know, the Quakers have not been able to run as much as they would like to this year. This one's popped up to the right side, shallow right. Robeson shading his eyes. He'll make the catch, but boy, he battled at that for quite some time.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake.
Boy, in defense of Robeson, he stuck with that as long as he possibly could. He was really fighting that sun. And it's really a high sky here today. We had some clouds earlier, but that all cleared out of here pretty quickly as Isaiah reached on a fielder's choice his first time up and is fooled by the off-speed pitch. He was way out in front. Try to get you an updated scoreboard at some point here. Some of the, as we mentioned, one game already played earlier today. A little surprised they got that early one in. Hanover 19-5 at Manchester. Lone inside. That's a long road trip from Hanover to Manchester. They must have got an early start. League changed a little bit last year where you don't see as many conference games, but then they've added one more team to the playoffs. This one is going to be looped into right field. That'll be a base hit. So Earlham gets a man on. Isaiah Shake with the single. That'll bring up Danny Dopp.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp.
Danny struck out his first time up. So officially, that is the Quakers' first base hit. They've had a couple of base runners, but that is base hit number 1. Danny Long looked down at his third base coach. Let's see if something's going on right here to try to get this offense generated a little bit. You'll start to see those shadows come around home plate here pretty soon as well. That'll be a interesting part of the hitter-pitcher combination, as that one is hit foul. I say that because once you're at the plate and you see that ball in the light, then it's coming into the dark.
Yeah, that can be very tough as a hitter to really try to adjust your eyes to try at that last second make the split decision if it's hittable or not.
And then, of course, you know, it's still bright on the other side out there. It just there's a lot of things to consider when you're hitting. Here's the pitch on the way. Backdoor curve in there for strike 2. Boy, that caught the outside corner. And
that was nice.
Yeah,
a lot of movement on it.
That was really nice pitch. Danny looking back at the home plate umpire, and no argument there. Just wanted to know the location of the pitch. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. Did he go around? And they'll say no. So 1-2 now to Danny. Quakers 3-3 in the HCAC. Love to get this first one and really put the pressure on Rose again. They could potentially fall to 2-2 and join everybody else in that. That one thrown away at first. That'll be a throwing error by the pitcher. Rounding second, heading to third, a 2-base throwing error on the pitcher.
There you go.
Dalio just sidearmed that one and ended up costing him.
But again, none of it means anything if you can't get the guy in.
That's right. So let's see if the Quakers can take advantage of it right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Isaiah at third. DeLeo comes set, and the pitch. Here's that curveball low and outside, 2-2. DeLeo 3 strikeouts, 2 were caught looking, Hatfield and Swearingen. The pitch on the way, got him. That's a good pitch, high fastball.
Very good pitch.
That'll bring up now Austin Hatfield.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 17, Austin Hatfield.
Austin, as we said, struck out his first time up. So Danny Dopp now struck out twice. This would be big for Dahlia to leave that runner on, wouldn't it? And he may just do that. Ground ball, the throw to first from the shortstop in time, and the Quakers leave a man in scoring position here in the third inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 2-0. This is Earlham Baseball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub. No artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Saturday, the Black Forest ham. Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the designated hitter, number 9, Logan Cody.
Yeah, that's going to be a little different for you.
It's a little different. Gervis pitch. Cody takes it for the first strike, 0-1 count. Yeah, I'm going to have to just quickly get adjusted to that.
We'll tell people later what's happening.
Yeah. Gervis with the pitch, and it will be hit in the gap of right field and center field. McFadden is there, and it looks like he made the diving catch. I could not tell.
Nice play by McFadden to make that catch.
You see, he put some sunglasses on.
He did. He listened to what you said.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Stukowski.
Really nice play out there by McFadden. I thought it was going to drop in the gap the way it looked like.
Yeah, he had to go a long way to get it, too.
And I think it was also good communication by Shake and McFadden as well. Because that could have easily been a collision out there. It's a 1-0 count for Stukowski. And he will hit it deep to center field. Isaiah Shake makes a run on it, and he will make the grab for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs for the Quakers to start off.
Now batting, the catcher, number 44, Connor Helbling.
You can always finish your thought if you want to.
Can't make the announcement too late.
True.
Ball is in there for strike 1. So a 0-1 count for Helbling.
He is 0 for 1 there. You mentioned earlier their leading hitter on the team. All right, now Pete has given us some numbers, and it looks like a computer readout that you would look at that and go, what in the world is all that? But this is interesting. There's going to be some stuff that we can bloviate about here in a minute. It'll make both of us look really smart.
Yeah. 1-2 count for Hebling. Gervis' pitch will be fouled down the right field line, just out of play. Hebling stays alive in the at-bat.
We're going to wait till Earlham gets up because these are all pretty much hitting statistics. And you'll see the inconsistency when I give you these numbers, okay?
All right. Well, from the very few that I saw, I could see that it was a little bit inconsistent.
And there are factors. I always look at what may have transpired and who's in that position when and who's in the lineup. I mean, we could really go deep into this, but it'll give you a good idea of why the Quakers are inconsistent offensively.
Hebling hits one to third. Swearingen's there. The throw across will not be in time as Hebling beats out the throw at first base. That will go down as an infield single.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 27, Josh Messenbrink.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play. I don't care if you're Brooks Robinson trying to get to that one. There was no way that you're going to make that play. It wasn't hit very hard.
Now at the plate, number 27, the shortstop, Josh Messenbrink. And he hits one out of play for the first strike. So he starts behind the count. Hebling with a slight lead at first. Don't anticipate a steal.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
That ball just a little low. So it'll even up the count 1-1. Grounder hit to Jandro at second, and the throw to first will be in time for the final out of the inning. So we end the top of the fourth with one hit, but no runs for the Engineers. And we head into the bottom of the fourth. Still, Rose-Hulman is still leading 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999.
Hey, reminder, today's game brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. If you're looking for a place to stay in the Richmond area, make sure you check out the Best Western Classic. They have the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike.
Leading off for the Quakers, the shortstop, number 4, Brian Pinsura.
You like how we coordinate that?
Yeah, we're actually doing a pretty good job for our first time. Brian Pinsura steps up to the plate for the Quakers. And Quakers have had multiple opportunities to get some runs on the board, but have not been able to capitalize as Pinsura hits a single over the head of the shortstop, and he will be on base to start off the inning.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 5, Cameron McCabe.
You know what? I'm going to go back to that if I can, and I'm going to follow this along.
Go ahead.
In the number 5 hole, which is where Pinsura is, this year the Quakers hitting .333. The 5 hole has been huge this year for the Quakers. Does that help your analysis?
Actually, it does. I think it would just be a lot more better for the Quakers if runners were in scoring position more often if the 5-hitter came up.
Now, the number 6 hitter this year, 273. Not bad,
Not
but
bad.
That's quite a drop from 333.
Pensura takes off for second, but McCabe will foul it off.
Well, I tell you what, as a hitter, I go back to that big jump that you had with Pensura. I'd love to see him hold off on that a little bit. I know he's trying to protect the runner, but he had a great jump.
Yeah. Well, don't be surprised if he tries it in the next pitch or two. He has a big lead at first. McCabe swing and a miss. So now that makes the count 1-2.
I'm going to ask you, what do you think the 2 is? Which hole are we looking at are the 2 worst on the Earlham team hitting-wise, percentage-wise, if you were to guess?
If I were to guess the 2 worst?
Is it, if you have 1 through 9, which are the 2 worst?
The 2 worst, I would probably say, would be the 8th hitter and the 2nd.
Yep.
For real?
Very good.
McCabe will beat the throw out at first, but Pensura is out at second base. I really got that right?
Yeah, I'll tell you why here in a second.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
All right, the number 2 hitter is hitting 167. Okay. You have the sheet in front of you, or you just guessed that?
I guessed that.
167. The number 8 hitter, 208.
Wow.
Those are your 2
really
worst.
Big drop-offs.
Yes.
I'm still just a little bit shocked that I actually got those right. Whistle will take strike 1, and those are big drop-off numbers from all the other positions.
Yeah, and you think about your number 2 hitter hitting 167, so you get the guy on, the number 2 guy is not getting. Yeah. You look really smart there. Good job.
And then looking at the stats, they've hit a total of into 21 double plays, and if you're only batting 167 after a leadoff man gets on, that could be where a lot of those double plays are coming from.
And that's why you don't have very many stolen bases.
Exactly. I know Coach Sackowitz has to be disappointed that the stolen base numbers are not higher than what they are, or than what they are right now.
Yeah, they're not even close to the pace they usually are used to. Yeah, he wants to really up that a lot more.
Pickoff play at first, not in time.
Now, who would you say is next? Think about driving in runs. Who might be next? I'll even give you a hint. It's in the top 4.
I would say the 4 spot.
There you go. So
Only reason I wasn't going to say the 3 because I've seen Danny Dodd do a lot of work at the 3 spot.
Yeah. So your cleanup hitter, 222, with only 6 runs driven in. Your RBI guy, the best RBI guy you have, is in the number 7 hole. That's down the order a little bit.
That's not where you typically want your best RBI guy.
Oh, my. Got him looking right there.
So strike 3.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Andrew McFadden.
Andrew McFadden steps up to the plate, and it's the 3rd hitter we've seen go down looking, and just really think they can't afford to be striking out looking. We've seen multiple strikeouts going down looking with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
So 1-0 count for McFadden. There are 2 outs in the inning, and Cameron McCabe is on first base. McFadden hits it to the shortstop, and he will throw it to second for easy out number 3. So that will end the inning with 1 hit, no runs for the Quakers. Heading into the top of the 5th, Rose-Hulman leads it 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Going into the top of the fifth, Rose-Hulman still leads 2-0. Gerb is still on the mound for the Quakers.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese.
Stepping to the plate for Rose-Hulman is the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese. And he will take ball one in the first pitch of the at-bat.
I'm going to break these down for you and tell you who should bat where, okay?
All right. Ball two for Calabrese.
I have nothing else to do here, so I'll just do that.
And we got plenty of time. Still no signs of a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Quakers. Swing and a miss from Calabrese, so 2-1 count. Gerber's pitch will be a pop fly hit into right field. McFadden battling the sun, and he will make the grab for the out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 21, Sean Casey.
Left fielder number 21, Sean Casey, stepping up to the plate for Rose-Hulman. Wow, I didn't realize. Had the volume up right there. Pitch in there for strike one.
You're going to love me by the time I'm done with this.
Ball off the turf. Evens the count at 1-1.
And to show you what a nice guy I am, I'm going to do every hitter, okay?
All right,
We'll do that later.
I don't think anybody can top the stats we bring.
No.
Gervis pitch. Hit to Pensura at short. Throw across the diamond is in time for the second out of the inning. Nice play right there by Pensura.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 12, Connor Shipley.
Bringing it back to the top of the order for Rose. Batting now, number 12, second baseman Connor Shipley. 2 outs in the inning.
Boy, no other team has really capitalized a whole lot since that first inning. Not that they haven't had some opportunities. You go back to the second one, Calabrese had the triple. He didn't score. Of course, we could go through the 4 innings for the Quakers, and they've had chances.
They've had chances. Cannot get runs in. They're very inconsistent in that aspect.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. When you start looking through these numbers, and I kind of make fun of it a little bit, but you can tell why.
Yeah. You can definitely tell when your best RBI spot is the 7th hole. You're not going to really get a lot of runs if that's the situation. There's a reason you have your cleanup hitters 4, 5, and sometimes 3.
Yeah.
Shot hit to center field. Isaiah shake back to make the play. And that will be the final out of the inning. So we end the top of the 5th with no runs for Rose, but heading into the bottom, they still lead it 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports. Sports. Variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
we got this.
Leading off for the Quakers, the third baseman, number 39, Zach Swearingen.
Zach Swearingen will step up to the plate for the Quakers. See if he can start off the inning by getting on base. He shows bunt, lays it down, but the umpire says it was fouled before put into play. So that would be strike one for Swearingen.
If you were looking for a leadoff hitter in this team right now, let's say if you were to pick somebody, who might it be for Earlham?
If I had to pick somebody.
Yeah, if you're going to pick somebody, let's just say if you were looking at the team right now, who would you put in that spot according to some of the numbers I have in front of me?
Which spot?
Number one, the leadoff hitter spot.
Leadoff hitter. Nah, I'm not going to say this based off best average and based off. Honestly, I think I would stick with John Drow leading off at the first spot.
Now, his survey's a little smaller.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller.
But that's okay.
Based on body of work.
You're probably right about that, but let me tell you, right now you'd pick nobody. There's nobody in that leadoff spot. I
didn't realize that was an option.
Yeah. But we need to change that because Jandro, again, he's just started, really. So
Swearingen hits the ball to Messingbrink at short, and
close play.
And it's a very close play at first, but umpire says the throw was not beat out, so that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Jandro.
Now, I'm not being, nasty about that. I'm just saying until Mark gets into the groove a little bit more, his survey doesn't count as much. Okay. No. We got some more numbers here. Look at this. Wait a minute. Let's see what else we got here.
Great stats people up here.
Okay, here we go. Actually, Isaiah Shake wouldn't be bad.
I was going to put him at 2.
But Shake wouldn't be bad.
I was going to put Shake at 2.
Okay.
Jandro gets the ball through the infield for a base hit, or honestly, you could flip the 2.
Yep, those 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake.
All right, so let's put Jandro at 1. The number 2 guy right now would be Cameron Whistle, 364. If you had him at the 2 spot,
I was going to put him at 3.
Okay. But you like Danny Dopp at 3, which is a good choice too.
I was going to put him at 4. I just think with those top 3 is a lot more opportunities for Dopp to clean up with the RBIs.
And it's again a small survey, but if you really wanted somebody at number 4, Zach Swearingen.
Really?
Been number 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's a small survey too. He's only been there once, so. But so far we're in pretty good shape with who you've picked.
Jandro will take off for second. The throw down to second ends up beating Jandro, and they will make the tag out for the second out of the inning.
Boy, that's tough.
That is a very tough one. It's a really nice throw from the catcher, Hebling.
Yeah, he had
the money.
He had a heck of a jump too.
Yeah.
That's what makes that throw even more impressive.
It's a 1-1 count for Shake at the plate. And he will take strike 2. Fouled off from Shake. He stays alive. Still a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the inning.
Boy, I tell you what, the number 8 hole has been really, really shaky.
The what hole?
The number 8.
Yeah.
As we said before, the number 8 has been really shaky.
And a swing and a miss from Isaiah Shake, and that will end the inning on a strikeout. So no runs for the Quakers. We're now heading into the 6th inning. Rose-Hulman leads it 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Leading off, the right fielder, number 15, Davis Robeson.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the right fielder, number 15, Davis Robeson. An interesting stat we were just told. Earlham has 3 hits, but 5 runners left on base.
That's not good.
Foul ball from Robeson, so 0-1 count. No, not good at all.
Yeah, I'm going to venture to say here's how this lineup should look in the next game. Let's go with
really close with the umpire. He rules it a ball. So a 1-1 count for Robeson.
You keep doing that. I'm going to work in the lineup. Give this to I'm going to give it to Sack after the game is over. We'll get this thing fixed.
I'd rather give that to him if he's in a good mood. And Robeson hits a shot into left field. He will round first, and he's heading for second. It gets by McCabe, so we'll see. He won't. He will stay at second. And I still think that should be ruled a stand-up double. He was heading there anyway. So
yeah, there's no doubt that's
a double hit for Robeson. Start out the inning for Rose.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 14, David Burnside.
Now batting for Rose, number 14, the center fielder, David Burnside. Runner on second base with no outs in the inning. Gerba's pitch is down low, so a 1-0 count for Burnside.
Something's going on down there.
Yep, something. 1-0 count for Burnside. That will be in there for a strike, which evens up the count 1-1. Long look at second for Gerbis, an eventual timeout from Burnside. The pitch home will be a swing and a miss from Burnside. So a 1-2 count now.
That pitch right up in his eyes.
Yeah. He was actually a little pissed off that he didn't hit it.
he was swinging no matter what. Yeah, I'm trying to put Cameron McCabe in 2 spots. I guess I can't do that in the lineup, Ken.
I don't think that'd be possible.
He hits well at 6 and 7, by the way.
Well, 7's got, what, the RBIs?
Actually,
and
7
the
has
shot hit to right field from Burnside, and it actually goes out of play off of one hopper.
That'll be a ground rule double, but it'll score the run, though.
So Robinson will score, and now Rose-Hulman takes a 3-0 lead, and a runner at second with still no outs in the inning.
And Burnside, a couple of runs driven in.
Yeah, that was a really good shot.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 9, Logan Cody.
You know, and I know Gerbis is getting the visit right now, but he really hasn't pitched that poorly overall.
No, he hasn't. Just a couple of mistakes by the defense. We've seen the sun get in the way of some outfielders, and I think Gerbis would be in a much better situation if the hitting from Earlham was driving in the runs. So, no, it's not been a bad day for 32.
Yeah, 5 innings so far. He's given up, the 6 hits?
3 runs.
But now back-to-back doubles certainly doesn't help. So
doesn't help.
And Logan Cody's a guy who's put the ball in play twice, had that sacrifice back in the first inning. So he won't be an easy out right here. He's a pretty good left-handed hitter.
But, I mean, you can only rely on your pitching for so long.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your offense has got to do something.
Got to get some runs.
Gerbis pitch home will be high, so ball 1 for Cody.
Well, and again, my concern right here is that pitch a little bit high in the strike zone, but again, no outs. Don't want this thing to get out of hand here in the 6th inning.
And that ball will be in there for a strike. So evens up the count at 1-1. There is a pitcher warming up in the Quaker bullpen. Junior number 9, Jordan Christian. He's getting warm. One count for Cody. Gerbis' pitch is low for ball 2. 2-1 count, no outs in the inning, and a runner on second base. I think we can hear the wind picking up a little bit.
Yeah, it swirls a little bit different around home plate than what you might see out in center field, but if you got a left-handed hitter, got to be really careful.
Cody will hit one to Pinsura short. The throw is not in time, as that will be the first out of the inning. The runner does move to third base.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Stukowski.
And now that will bring up the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Stukowski. Burnside at third base for Rose. And again, only 1 out in the inning.
Infield in.
Yep. And ball 1 for Stukowski, 1-0 count. And we've seen throughout the game so far that Rose has done a really good job with runners in scoring position. Another opportunity for him. Down low for ball 2, 2-0 count.
Well, ground ball again here with the infield in. Those percentages go up dramatically. So
yeah,
You're hoping if it's going to be hit on the ground, it's right at one of your infielders. Look that runner back to third.
Yeah. And fouled off for strike one. 2-1 count for Stikowski. He hits it to third base. He tried to lay the tag, but he will make the throw across the diamond. He will get Stikowski at first for the second out of the inning. That was a really nice play from Swearingen at third base.
Hey, leave it right there, Joey. Let's go, babe.
Now batting, the catcher, number 44, Connor Helbling.
You can talk now.
Now up for Rose, number 44, Connor Hebling.
That was a great play, though, by Swearingen down at third.
I was actually surprised he tried to tag him. He was standing at third base, but it was a really good throw, really strong throw.
Well, you take the chance, and again, you're right, a heck of a throw to first, and for him to at least keep that runner there.
And a pop fly hit to Pinsura at short, and he will make the grab. And the damage is limited to 1 run for Rose. As we head into the bottom of the 6th, Rose leads 3-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium, Earlham College baseball. Bottom of the 6th inning, Earlham trails 3-0. See if they can wake up the bats.
We've had 3 runners left in scoring position through 5 innings, but they're now starting to run out of innings. That's the big key right now.
Leading off for the Quakers, the first baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp.
I think you started right here, though, Danny. You look at the number 3 hole, he hits .337, 17 runs driven in, but he has struck out twice today.
Well, he needs to turn that fortune around.
We'll have the Pete breakdown. Can you give us left-handed pitching breakdown too, or does that you guys do that? Left-handed pitching against Earlham. Do you have that kind of stat?
Dopp hits it to third, and the throw will be good. Nice play from Calabrese, and that will be the first out of the inning for the Quakers.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 17, Austin Hatfield.
We're going to try to break down left-handed pitching against Earlham hitting.
You want to do left-hand and right-handed pitchers?
Just give me lefties right now. Since there's a lefty out there, I want to know how we're doing against left-handed pitchers.
I should just suggest print out a right-handed one. Odds are we'll see one.
But we said that at the beginning of the game. We do struggle against left-handers.
We do. But I also think the way we hit, we're not really doing particularly well against any
You don't care whether it's left, right, or down the middle. We aren't hitting very well.
We are not.
Whoa.
Ooh, a nice play by the second baseman.
That's a heck of a play.
That's by Shipley. What a heck of a play by Shipley. Wow.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 4, Brian Pinsura.
You know what makes that play even more remarkable is that ball went through the legs of the pitcher, and he was still able to dive and get it. Didn't hit the
honestly
pitcher.
Looked like choreography right there.
Oh, man. That's the defensive play of the game, might be of the entire season so far.
But going back to your point, I do think we struggle hitting against anybody, but, yeah, really against left-handed pitchers.
And why? What is it that left-handers just – and we've got a lineup full of right-handed hitters.
I have no idea. If I knew, I'd go down and share the knowledge with him.
Well, you're going to go down and share this with him when we get into this. We're going to tell you where everybody should be batting at some point, okay?
So you're going to send me into that fire.
You get to go and say, Zach, here's what you're doing wrong.
Oh, wow.
My.
Good gracious. What a dive and play by the center fielder Burnside. Just back-to-back spectacular plays from the Rose-Hulman defense. And they head into the top of the 7th with a 3-0 lead and all the momentum on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Well, we are back here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. It'll be Messenbrink to lead things off here in the top of the 7th.
Leading things off for Rose-Hulman, the shortstop, number 27, Josh Messenbrink.
Well, not only did we see the great play by the second baseman in Shipley, but Burnside, there's a line drive base hit into left field. 7 hits now by the Engineers as Gerbis stays in the ball game. And that'll bring up now Calabrese.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese.
I don't see him staying there for too much longer.
We're going to see a pinch runner down at first base. It's number 26.
Pinch running at first base, number 26, Luke Klumper.
So Calabrese now with Messenbrink out of the ball game. Gerb is set to throw, and the pitch bunted foul. All right, let's go back. You have the great play by Shipley. Burnside makes that great defensive play.
Yeah.
There are games that you just go, you know what? This ain't working out for us very well, is it?
And this is certainly one of those games. It just seems Rose-Hulman is outplaying them in every aspect of baseball today.
And yet, you know what? You're still only down 3-0.
You're right. But the way...
Oh, he just threw it away. That'll be. I'm not sure if you give that to Gerbis or you give it to the first baseman. There's the throw to third. Tackling on and got him.
Wow.
By the way, that was McFadden who came over from right field, backing up the play to make the throw to third to get the out of Messenbrink.
Wow.
We have now seen another great defensive play.
Wow.
So there will be an error in there, but then it'll score 9-5 on the putout down at third for the first out. And that pitch up high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You couldn't have thrown that ball any better than what McFadden just did.
Well, I believe you're going to give Gerbis the error.
I couldn't tell if it was him or Dopp. It looked like it went just right by Dopp, but
Yeah, and it could have been the sun again.
Honestly.
Yeah, he's looking that way, too. He probably never even saw it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Calabrese as that pitch got him looking. That looked like that might have been a little bit high. But Gerbis is going to take it. So 2 away, and here's Sean Casey.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 21, Sean Casey.
Casey 0 for 2, so 2 away. Tell you what, won an arm, though, by McFadden. That was a 1-hopper to third base from shallow right field, but that's still quite a throw on the line. Gerbis' pitch on the way, check swing, got him going around.
But then having to run to get over there, too. That's still quite a trip to get over there.
Well, there's not a ton of room over there in that area, but still, he had to go a long way to go get it. There was no way that Dopp was going to get to it in time. That pitch is up high, 2 balls and a strike. The Quakers offensively starting to run out of time. They have 3 innings to get this offense rolling. Just 1 base hit. Take that back, 3 base hits so far, as that one is fouled off, 2-2. Sean Casey grounded out twice to the shortstop, Pinsura. Gerbis with the leg kick and the pitch. Got him. Well, not a bad way to finish out the inning. Good defense, good pitching, and we will head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. Quakers trail at 3-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do. But for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Narangowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, Tony'sCarSales.com.
Well, Earlham Baseball being brought to you by Jason Wise, Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. It will be Cameron Whistle. Take that back. It'll be McCabe followed by Whistle and McFadden here in the 7th inning.
Leading off for the Quakers, the left fielder, number 5, Cameron McCabe.
McCabe walked back in the 2nd inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Dalio stays in, and the first pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
So we do have some numbers about Earlham versus left-handed pitchers and right-handed pitchers.
Well, that one
we
hits
just
him.
Couldn't print off left-handed versus right-handed with runners on base.
Okay, but we
got left versus right.
All right. So now McCabe is on. That'll bring up Whistle.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
All right, so if I were just to ask you one thing, how is Earlham hitting percentage-wise against left-handed pitchers?
Earlham is hitting 245.
245.
Versus left-handed pitchers.
And this, again, is a predominantly right-handed, as that pitch is up high, right-handed hitting lineup. And you're hitting 245.
Yes, predominantly right-handed hitting lineup.
By the way, Whistle hit by a pitch, struck out looking. That pitch is outside. He jumps ahead 2-0. So it is not my imagination that against left-handers, Earlham really does struggle.
No. Throughout the season, they've had 212 at-bats versus left-handed pitchers. They've hit 52 times.
Okay. That pitch is inside, 3-0. There is a right-hander now warming up for Rose-Hulman. So So McCabe is on. That is the second batter that Dalio has hit this ball game. Has that pitch in there for a strike, and we'll go to 3-1.
And just in general, we hit 280 with runners on base. 238 with runners. No, just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 238 with the bases empty.
Throw to first, not in time. So you're in the 240 range hitting, and then you're down to 238 when guys are in scoring position against left-handed pitchers.
No. So we didn't get the with runners on with any particular pitcher. This is just like in general.
Okay, in general.
Right and lefty.
Okay.
Right and lefties.
That one's going to be looped into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So Whistle able to get just enough of that one to get it out of the infield. And now the Quakers have runners at first and second, only the fourth hit. And that'll bring up Andrew McFadden.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Andrew McFadden.
So now we're in a situation where what we saw back in the second inning and the third inning, in which the Quakers had runners in scoring position but could not get anyone across. So let's see how they'll do right here with Andrew McFadden.
And like you said earlier, as bad as Earlham has played, they're only down 3-0, and any hit right here and any can just change that in a heartbeat.
And give you an idea, McFadden is he'll show a bunt, and he bunts it foul. McFadden is a number 8 type hitter when you look at what Earlham has done this year. In the 8 games he has played and has been in the number 8 hole, 304 on the year with 8 runs driven in. So when he's been there, he's been able to drive in runs. He'll show bunt again. The pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So they penciled McFadden in, at least according to our sabermetrics system we put together, which we're faking it, but we're going to give it a shot. He should be in the number 8 hole. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Do you really have your own lineup over there?
I do. That one is bunted foul.
Hey, maybe give it to Coach Sack. He might try anything.
After what he said to me earlier, I'm not going near him. Now, the only problem is we don't have a real true number 9 guy right now. If I put Swearingen somewhere else, I put him at number 5, so we need to find somebody at the number 9 hole because I moved him up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They'll show bunt again, but the pitch is outside, 2-2.
So you're going to send me over there with him?
Yeah.
You said he likes wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if we start wrestling, it's going to be a long night.
Just put him in headlock.
I will try.
Here's the 2-2. Good bunt right in front of the mound, but the throw to third in time. It was a good bunt, but maybe a little bit too hard. Dalio able to throw to third to get the out. So now 1 away, and that'll bring up Zach Swearingen.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 39, Zach Swearingen.
Now one would say, was that a good situation to put the bunt down instead of letting him go ahead and hit right there?
I thought it was a good situation, but not to bunt straight back to the pitcher. I would like to have seen him try to bunt down one of the lines.
Yeah,
especially with him being a lefty, it's a lot easier for him to pick it up and throw it to third base.
You know, one thing about it, and again, this is questioning no one, but I always think when you have 2 strikes against a hitter, you don't really necessarily try to bunt. You want to try to put the ball in play. And they were anticipating it, speaking of Rose-Hulman, as that pitch, did it get him? It was close, 2-0. And the pitcher looking now toward his head coach. I don't know if maybe Dalio is hurt. He is shaking his hand. Now, it could be a blister.
Could be.
He throws a lot of breaking pitches, and they're going to go to the bullpen. So we've got a change right here, as it's either going to be the hand that he has, might be the index finger where he has a blister that's developed. When you have a pitcher that throws a lot of breaking balls, that's what you have. So a pitching change is on the way for Rose-Hulman. We will come back and tell you about the new pitcher coming up in just a moment Rose on top of this one, 3-0.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond.
Stone Brogan will be the new pitcher. He had been in the bullpen warming up, and let's go back to the starter. As we mentioned, I think he developed a blister, and it probably popped at that point, and Dalio is done for the day, but again, shutting down the Quakers here in the 7th inning, but 2 runners on base, so he will go 6 1/3, but the 2 base runners are still his. Swearigan will be at the plate with a 2-0 count. So now as a hitter, and they'll give this young man as much time as he needs to get ready. Even though he was in the bullpen, he was brought in relatively quickly. So now Earlham is going to have to do some more adjusting, and we just talked about the left-hander. Now you go back to the right-hander.
And it's actually not necessarily a favorable situation, but it's always nice to see a new pitcher when a pitcher who's been dealing with you all day. So we'll see if the Quakers can adjust.
Well, the idea is always to try to get to the other team's bullpen, because you know the bullpen probably isn't as good as the starters. Brogan, 11 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks. 11 strikeouts per 9 innings of work and an ERA of 3.97. So he's had some success, and apparently will throw strikes and get strikeouts with that 11.97 per 9 innings. So Swearigan back in, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Throw to first, tag laid on, not in time. Game 2 of this 2-game set will be about 30 minutes following the completion of our first game. Zach, by the way, 0 for 2. The pitch. That one caught the outside corner. Brogan has a little bit of a move that will swing that front leg around. Let's see if he does that normally from the stretch again. And more of a traditional leg kick as the pitch is up high, 3-1. Whistle down at second, McFadden at first. Quakers trying to get a run here in the bottom of the 7th. Look the runner back. You see those shadows now starting to be a part of this one until that sun goes down.
Yeah.
The right fielder, Robeson, shading his eyes. He's hoping don't hit it my way as that pitch is outside. Bases loaded. Top of the order, and Mark Gendreau.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Gendreau.
Definitely the best situation the Quakers have been in so far today, but can they capitalize?
Yep, here it is. And Mark would be your leadoff guy if you're looking for a guy that's been hitting pretty well. And Mark back in the lineup, over 300. The pitch on the way, and a good one on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Now, ideally, if you'd like to go a little deeper, you could use this young man at 1 or 2, and if you have the number 2 hole, that's a strike. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
If you're number 2, and we talked about that position is really struggling, how about dropping Gendreau to number 2 and Isaiah Shake to number 1 and
that's
solidify?
What I said earlier.
Yeah, and solidify
I got
that.
Switch either one, yeah.
2 strikes now to Mark. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Tap back to the mound. That's going to be tough. There's 1 there. Throw down to first. There's 2. Wow. We will head to the top of the 8th inning. The Quakers essentially leave the bases loaded right there on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose-Hulman 3, Earlham nothing. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Yeah, Quakers may look back at this one here today and wonder about the 6th and 7th innings. Well, even, let's go back, 7, 2, 3, 7 are the 3 innings that are the big concern where they've left guys in scoring position, just did not get the job done.
Well, that one, you had bases loaded with only 1 out, and you hit into the worst possible double play. And even with Whistle trying to help, because he took out the catcher on the throw.
Yeah, he did everything he could, but boy, and you have one of your better hitters up there, and in his defense, he had that second strike. That was a little debatable.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, it'll be Shipley, Robeson, and Burnside.
Leading off for Rose-Hulman, the second baseman, number 12, Connor Shipley.
Shipley 1 for 3. He has flown out twice. He did score one of those 2 runs back in the first inning. So Shipley steps in. JC Jordan Christian now taking over. Time is called. Music still playing, by the way. It wasn't me, guys. I didn't do it. They always look at the guys with the headsets on.
I
You ever
know,
notice
yes. Yes, always look at us.
Now, I got a question about that for you here, too. Here's the pitch. Hit well past the third baseman, Swearingen, down the line. Shipley's going to get 2 right here as he will coast in and slide to second base in a leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Another extra base hit for Rose-Hulman, and that'll bring up Robeson.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 15, Davis Robeson.
Boy, he hit that one well.
Yeah, he did.
8 hits now by Rose. Let me ask you a question here about that music playing thing. You ever notice in the NBA, they got music, and there's a bunt coming off the mound. Will be Jordan. He'll throw to first, but a nice sacrifice by Robeson. He does his job. Gets the runner down to third. Just good old-fashioned baseball right there, and that'll bring up Burnside.
Yeah.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 14, David Burnside.
All right, so why in the NBA can you play music and music and music, and they play it throughout the game? But in baseball, we can't play music while everybody's – don't the fans enjoy music? These guys –
I think baseball is more mental.
Yeah, can't these guys concentrate?
I don't know.
We're going to visit the mound.
I wouldn't always count on it.
Well, think about it for a second. I mean, how loud? You got 16, 18, 20,000 NBA fans in a game. They're upset because they're playing music. Maybe the fans here don't want to just watch baseball. They like to be entertained.
Maybe. I mean, but in professional level, it's a lot more about the fans.
I hear you. Well, here's a visit. This is a very quick visit to Jordan Christian. Now, I think this is going to be, listen, we got to make sure that guy does not score down at third, no matter what, because that fourth run could really be big for Rose-Hulman. So the infield is going to be in here for Burnside. He's already been announced, so he had a double back in the 6th inning. They've gotten 4 of their hits in the last 3 innings. Is this the right guy? Oh, they walked him.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Logan Cody.
So they intentionally walked Burnside. And that'll put runners now at first and third. This will set up a possible double play now as Logan Cody steps to the plate. And the first pitch by Jordan Christian on the outside corner for a strike, though Logan Cody didn't agree with that call. So that changes everything. You walk him, the infield back, now get a double play, get out of the inning, you're in good shape. Logan 0 for 2 with a sacrifice back in the 1st inning. The stretch by Jordan, and he'll throw to first. They've had, speaking of Rose, the extra base hits have been good to them. They have 4 extra base hits of their 8. 3 doubles and a triple. Trying to take game 1. The pitch. Outside. Went back to the outside corner again. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Shipley at third after the leadoff double, and of course Robeson the sacrifice. And again, Burnside with the intentional walk. The stretch and the pitch, inside out swing, hit foul, 1-2. Well, both teams maneuvering their chess pieces right here, trying to get another run on the board on one side. The Quakers trying to stop that run, and boy, it just shows you when you're not hitting well, you just got to make sure you stop another run right here.
Exactly.
Pitch low on the inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, I know a lot of fans think baseball is relatively a slow game, and from an action standpoint it is, but if you put all the maneuvers together in a close game like this, and you kind of get the idea of what each team is trying to do, really makes it interesting. There's a swing and a miss, and a nice strikeout there, and a needed one for the Quakers. That'll bring up Ryan Stakowski.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Stakowski.
He's 0 for 3 today. That's a huge out right there.
It's a huge out, but again, they have to finish the inning.
Stakowski maybe 0 for 3. Good right-handed hitter. First look at Jordan Christian. He's in there for a strike. Of course, Jordan has been a huge part of this pitching staff. When he came in as a freshman, they won the HCAC championship. He's been a spot starter. He's been long relief. He's been in the situation where he's, like he is right now, the pressure type situation, trying to get some outs here and get out of the inning. Pitches inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Shipley at third. Again, Burnside, he's going nowhere down at first base. He's not even out of the infield portion of the first base area as that pitch is outside, 2-1. Two runs in the first inning, another run in the 6th inning. They too, speaking of Rose-Hulman, have left some runners in scoring position in this first game, most notably in the 2nd, 6th, and 7th innings. The stretch by Christian, the pitch, popped him up, shallow center. Shake is there and makes the catch, and Jordan Christian does his job. We will head to the bottom half of the 8th inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Engineers lead this one 3-0.
Our campus includes 600 acres of woods, fields, and ponds. It's a beautiful, peaceful place where we can hike, go running, hang out with friends, or even do field research for a science class. Because at Earlham, we are always connected to the natural world.
Wish me luck, we've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Well, the Quakers move to the bottom of the 8th. It's Shake, Dopp, and Hatfield all due up.
Leading off for the Quakers, the center fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake.
Isaiah struck out his last time up. 0 for 3 today. Did reach back in the first inning on a fielder's choice. Take that back. He picked up a base hit in the 3rd inning. Read my writing, I'll be in better shape. Advanced on the throwing error by the pitcher at that point, but was left stranded at 3rd. Brogan back in for another inning of work. His next pitch on the way, in there for a strike. Count is even at 1-1. Here's the middle of the order. These are the guys that you got to get to produce. That pitch drops inside, 2 balls and a strike. You mentioned Isaiah, how well he has hit in that leadoff spot,
Yeah.
and you'd mentioned it too, that maybe Mark in number 2 would certainly shake that up a little bit. This one will be tapped. Brogan off the mound, throw to first, and in time there's one away. Well, we've seen your top 2 hitters bounce right back to the pitcher or play made by the pitcher. That'll bring up now Danny Dopp.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp.
Dopp is 0 for 3. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Quakers again, just 4 hits. There's a strike. Right now, both bullpens are relatively quiet. No one throwing at all for Rose-Hulman. They like Brogan right now as this pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Couple of finals. That pitch in there for a strike. Earlier today, we mentioned that Hanover beat Manchester 19-5. DePaul, they beat Franklin 12-8, that being a non-conference matchup. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bluffton on the road. They beat Olivet 5-0. Bottom of the 8th inning, Manchester in their second game leading Hanover 11-6. The stretch by Brogan. Here's the pitch. Hit foul. Good cut. And we'll stay at 2-2. Transylvania losing today to Center 19-5. Bottom of the 4th, Wabash leading Anderson 4-2. Swing and a miss, took something off that pitch and strikes him out. 2 away, and that'll bring up Austin Hatfield.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 17, Austin Hatfield.
Earlham.
Yeah, well, that was a nice pitch, though.
It was a very nice pitch.
Yeah,
Earlham just can't find a way to hit the ball.
Wow, they had him way out in front. On the adjustment, again, we mentioned a left-hander started today. We documented the numbers for the Quakers already in their pursuit of hitting left-handed pitchers. Hasn't been very good this year. And now you come back, you have really very short time to adjust to a right-hander. And so far they haven't done that against Brogan after getting the leadoff walk. He has now settled down and gotten the next 3 hitters. Ground ball toward the third baseman. Calabrese's throw, a low throw, but in time, and that'll do it for the Quakers in the bottom half of inning number 8. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 3-0.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
We're back here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. The Quakers trailing it 3-0 as we will go to the top of the 9th. Helbling, Messenbrink, and Calabrese all due up.
Leading off the Rose-Hulman, the catcher, number 44, Connor Helbling.
Helbling is 1 for 3 today as Jordan Christian back in once again. Got that huge out of Stukowski to end any threat in the 8th inning and keep it at a 3-0 deficit. And the first pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Mentioning with Helbling hitting at .375 coming in, 17 runs driven in. Jordan works out of the stretch. Here's a ground ball to the first base side, backhanded by Dopp. JC coming over will make the play. There's 1 out. We've seen some really good defensive plays here today, and there's another one.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 27, Josh Messenbrink.
Messenbrink 1 for 3. Well, Danny stayed right with it. He, too, has to battle the sun that's now starting to really get right at eye level on the right side. As Jordan's next pitch in there for a strike, it's 0-1. Well, let's look ahead, if we may. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Quakers. Here's the pitch. That'll be tapped at the plate. That came up and hit Messenbrink in the face, or caught his helmet. Might have caught just the brim of his helmet. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reminds me of a video I saw yesterday on axe throwing. People throwing axes and it bounced back and came right back, about took their head off. How about that? You get into that. A little axe throwing action.
No, I'm good.
That will be hit to the third baseman. Swearingen will charge and throw. There's 2 away. And that'll bring up Calabrese.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 28, Luke Calabrese.
He is 1 for 3. That triple he had back in the 2nd inning. So with 2 outs, Calabrese will step in, and Jordan has 1 more to get here, and then the offense has to pick it up. last opportunities. That pitch is outside, 1-0. It is rare that the Quakers get shut out as a whole, though they do struggle at times hitting and scoring runs. It doesn't happen very often that they get shut out.
Nope.
Here's a strike.
But we have seen ninth inning comeback before.
And that's exactly what they're going to need today for sure. Let's go back and take a peek. They were close to being shut out against Transylvania, lost it 4-1. Oshkosh got him in that first game. You may remember 8-0. So they've been shut out just once this year. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Jordan Christian. And the count 2-2. Here's the break-even pitch on the way. Got him. So Jordan Christian does his job as Calabrese strikes out for the second time, and now we will head to the bottom of the ninth inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers need 3 to keep it going as they trail it 3-0. This is Earlham Baseball on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Our community, it's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Leading off for the Quakers, the shortstop, number 4, Brian Pensura.
Now Brian Pensura will lead things off. 1 for 3, a single back in the 4th inning. So now Earlham down to their final 3 outs. As Brogan's first pitch on the way, right down the middle for a strike. Boy, Brogan has pitched well. He gave up that leadoff walk to Swearigan, and the Quakers haven't come close yet to hitting him as that one drops in for strike 2. Outfield straight away. Time called by Pensura. Brogan gets the sign from Helbling. Here's the pitch, way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pensura, McCabe, and Whistle barring a pinch hitter. Looks like we will see a pinch hitter for the Quakers in McCabe's spot, though McCabe has been on base 3 times. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yep.
Easton Embry is on deck. Hit well as that's deep in the hole, backhanded by Masson Brink, and the throw to first not in time. Infield base hit, and the Quakers get a man on in Brian Pensura. So there's 1. And before we do anything, let's see if there's going to be a change in the pitching, and there is. So we're going to see a new hitter. We are going to see a new pitcher as well. We'll tell you about who is coming up and who's coming into pitch in just a moment as the Quakers have a man on here in the bottom of the ninth.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Brian Pershing will be the new pitcher now for Rose-Hulman. Give you some numbers on Pershing coming into this one. This will be just his 5th appearance, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs both earned, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, ERA of 2.57. A couple of saves for Pershing as well. As we mentioned, the Quakers have a pinch hitter in Easton Embry.
Now batting, number 49, Easton Embry.
So the Quakers will go to their bench as well. First pitch in there for a strike. So Embry will hit in the spot of McCabe. And depending on whether the Quakers rally here, there's another strike. 0-2 will depend on Embry coming in for defensive purposes, and what will they do with Cameron Whistle then? Short lead at first, the pitch. Breaking ball, popped him up to the right side. The second baseman, Shipley, is there. Robeson right behind him, and there's a big out as Embry is out number 1. And that'll bring up Cameron Whistle.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
So 1 away.
That was an out you really couldn't afford right there.
Yeah, the only thing in mind it would have made that worse, he hit into a double play.
Yeah.
So now it'll be Whistle. Got to hit his last time up. He'll take that one for a strike. Rose trying to win this opening game. Good pitching. They got some timely hitting, and the Quakers got okay pitching, but just no hitting today in this first game. Just 5 total hits for the Quakers. The pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, let's work hard out here, EC. Let's go. Put some pressure on. Let's go.
Pansura down at first base. The pitch hit foul. And we'll go to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, battle up right here now. Go to work on 2.
Pershing, just a freshman, 5'10", 160 out of Washington, Illinois. Also a backup infielder. Breaking ball, tap foul on the right side. We'll go to 1-2. Earlham will look back at inning number 2. Runners at second and third. Inning number 3, runner at third. Throw to first, a closer play.
Yeah.
They will look at the 7th inning, in which they ended up getting runners at third once, twice at second. Unable to score in the 7th inning. Good cut there by Cameron Whistle. We'll stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrew McFadden is on deck. That pitch is outside, 2-2. As I said earlier, now we'll see. We'll have to wait and see if they lose this one. Who will pitch in game 2?
If they lose this one, game 2 is going to be even more important. You can't fall too far behind with the standings the way they are.
Yeah, Everything bottled up. Of course, for Rose, they would go to 3-0. Hit well into center field. Burnside is there. Makes the catch, 2 away. And that'll bring up Andrew McFadden.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Andrew McFadden.
So now the Quakers down to their final out in this one. Again, will be about, I would say, 25, 30 minutes between the two games. That pitch is low and outside. I would think that Talcott would be the guy in game 2. There's a strike. Quakers end up losing this one. They will fall under the 500 mark in the conference. There's a huge cut and a miss, 1-2, and now the Quakers down to their final strike. Earlham on the verge of losing for the 13th time this year in the 24 games. This one hit well, but foul and out of play. Still, it's not a do-or-die type situation when you look at the way that those standings, we talked about them earlier. There's, again, you could probably finish 500 and make this tournament this year.
Honestly.
Pitch is high. The only thing you want to do, you love to host it.
Yeah. Was it first place gets to host it?
Mm-hmm. The stretch and the break-even pitch hit foul. And McFadden's going to hang tough right here. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first is Brian Pinsor, just hoping to get a way to get down to second base. Check swing, he went around. Yes, tag laid on, and that's going to do it. So the Quakers lose this first game by a final of 3-0. Rose-Hulman 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Earlham no runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. So now you got to think about game number 2. Offensively, got to get something going, and then, of course, depending who's pitching, got to find a way to get the job done in game 2. So we will take a quick break. Again, we're about 30 minutes after the finish of this one. We're probably looking at around a little before 8 or so in game number 2. Final score, Rose-Hulman 3, Earlham nothing. This has been Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.